Rose.
Not even close.
What is your middle name?
I don't know.
Evangeline Ruth. What's it doing? That's funny. Tori Joy. It is Tori Joy. Thank you. Right.
All right, so
What?
conversions between substances in reactions must be done in moles. Why?
Because that's how it is.
The mole train. They are.
No.
Come on.
It is what it is.
It's also very difficult to be a teacher this time in the morning when your students don't think.
I'm so sorry. Because that's what it is.
No. Because moles from McBalance chemical equation are the recipe for that particular equation.
Oh, the recipe.
The recipe.
Of course.
That's what it says.
I know what the question was.
Well, open your ears next time.
Because if a
My
recipe
ears
says
are
do it in
always
cups, you
closed.
can't do it in teaspoons.
Yes, you can if you
Okay.
hustle.
Now, I think that today's lesson is actually probably more difficult than Tuesday's lesson, only because you have to really focus on where you're starting and where you're going. So, your ability to be successful is primarily dependent upon knowing where you're beginning and knowing where you're going, and then knowing what conversions get you from one place to another.
It's all up to you.
It's all up to you. There are 3 conversions now, guys. We had our first 2 conversions, and we learned our 3rd conversion yesterday. What was our 3rd conversion? Mole ratio. Okay, so we got molar mass. What does molar mass convert to and from?
Mass and moles.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty. It sounds crazy, but it is. Okay, now where would you find that conversion factor? What would you be looking?
On the periodic table.
Yeah, you'd be looking for the periodic table. Okay, that is conversion factor number 1. Molar mass converts from mass to moles or moles to mass. And you'd find that on the periodic table. Number 2, the second conversion factor, was particles to moles. Avogadro's number. Okay? And then the 3rd conversion factor is moles to moles. And where would you find the numbers for that conversion factor? In the recipe, which is the equation. Okay? So really, we only have a conversion from mass to moles, and it would work here too. We got a conversion from moles to particles, and it would work there too. And we got only one place where a mole to mole conversion is going to be needed. Okay? So let's look at this problem. Calculate the moles of P2O5 that would result from the burning of 1,550 grams of P4. What do you think is our very, very first step? The very, very first thing we've done in all other stoichiometry problems from the very beginning of chapter 9. What would be the first thing to do?
Right, what you
Thank you.
Oh no.
There is only one section, which is the hardest section of this chapter, where you will be given multiple things. Okay? Everything else, they give you one thing, and you just start with what you've been given. 1,550 grams of P4. That tells you what?
The given mass.
Yeah, where you are on the little cheat sheet, if you will. So where are we?
Mass.
Whole train.
Yes, the given mass. We are here. Okay?
You were here. One here.
Now,
Is that from the little?
second thing you're going to do is identify where you are going. What are you solving for?
How many moles of dye?
Now yes, you're right. It is desired moles. Guys, you're not paying attention enough for you to be successful.
P2O5.
We want moles of P2O5. Now notice that this and this are different, which means you have a given and a desired. Because what we did before our first half test was we did this exact same thing, but we stayed on one side. Now we're going to a new substance, which means we're always going to cross the what?
Mole train.
Right? The bridge. So we are solving for that mole, not this mole. This is the desire, or the. That's a false statement. This is the given side. This is the desired side. So, how many steps is this?
2.
2. Once you've done that, everything else is stuff we've been doing. Okay? And if you, I'm telling you, if you really want to be successful in chemistry, the number one way to be successful in chemistry is unit cancellation. And I am 100% serious of that. When you get to college, if you understand unit cancellations, you'll be able to make your life so much easier. Because a lot of times you can follow the breadcrumbs of the units. Okay? Now, is it important to know what the conversions are? Yes. So, if we're starting here, in order to get over here, I've got to first convert mass to moles. How would we do that?
Grams of
Mass of P
times.
Molar mass. Okay? So, molar mass, if we know how to deal with molar mass, we can then figure out, canceling out my grams of P4 here. Solving for moles of P4. Notice I haven't changed my substances yet, have I?
You have not.
I'm still in the P4.
That would make a lot more sense than the option. Because I was
What?
like, this does not work. And now I see why.
Okay? Now, where am I going to get this number?
From out of the 30 point.
Okay, and it's P4, not just P, so what would I have to do?
30.97 times
It's
4.
like 124 something
123.88.
123.88?
in my brain.
Questions so far? Is this anything new?
Nope, it is not.
Okay. Gage, what do I do next?
I have no idea.
Cancel moles. Sorry.
I don't know where we're at right now.
I know you know what you're doing. I know he's not paying attention, that's why I called him.
Was he sleeping again?
No.
Now you're on the hot seat, you got people watching you.
So what you're gonna do?
Okay, wake up, pay attention, okay? All right, Maddie, go ahead.
You need to cancel out moles and then convert to the other moles.
And where am I going to, first of all, what moles am I putting on the bottom here?
Is it 1 mole on the bottom?
Well, moles of what?
Oh, P4.
Why is it moles of P4 and not something else?
Cancel out.
Okay, unit cancellations, right there, okay? And then we're solving for moles of what?
The P2.
Now everybody should know where we get those numbers. Where do we get them?
The coefficients.
Recipe.
The coefficients, the recipe of the balanced chemical equation. It tells us everything that we need to know, right? So, that was embarrassing. Okay. And Rachel, tell me what numbers go where?
I was kind of waiting for you to tell me.
Okay. All right, guys. It appears that Mr. Kramer needs to be a little stricter because I got a lot of really smart, intelligent students that don't know what we're doing when we did this yesterday. Wednesday.
That's because it's been 2 days.
No,
It's been
guys, it's not that hard. You just look at the balanced chemical equation, find the numbers.
Oh, 2 over 1.
Okay, so it's time we get back to taking it a little bit more seriously, okay?
Okay.
There's the I didn't see the equation. I was wondering, I'm like, how are you doing this without an equation? I was like, this is really weird. Wouldn't you want to balance the equation first and all that? Looking for it.
So what number goes here?
Nice, awesome.
Sometimes.
What number goes with the P4?
1.
You want her Lance?
Hey, madam.
Do you need me to tell you how to use your calculator too?
Actually, I'm so bad at using this thing.
Okay, let's go, come
I
on.
know how to use that.
Come on. let's begin. Action here, calculators. I do too much for you that you think you can just sit and do nothing. Be disengaged and just have it secrete into your brain because I taught.
It was just confusing because you added the other thing. It was like, we have to know what the answer to that is. Because you're going across the bowl.
Yes, Tanner.
I didn't say that myself.
Oh, Tyler.
I only know if I did it right.
Okay.
Okay, I got it.
45.6.
I'm gonna get a drink.
Yeah.
You want mine?
I just have one
Okay.
Yep. 6 things would give you.
25.02.
This says 3 6 things. So
Oh,
25.
no! 2, you're right.
25.02.
Oh, 2. Oh, because it's between the numbers.
That's 3 6 things.
Yeah.
Oh.
Me too, all the time
What
though.
the heck?
So I was able to predict if I react all of my 1,550 grams of P4, we can figure out that many moles of P2O5 will be produced. And what we're going to do on Tuesday is we're going to take the moles of P2O5 and convert it to mass. 3-step problems. Questions?
Can I take a picture of that?
Yeah.
If I knew what was going on.
Oh my goodness. Did you remember anything? Yes.
Alright. I'll do one more, and I'm gonna let you guys do it. I'm done doing your work. You guys need to get serious here.
Hey, man.
Good?
Okay, so bros.
Okay?
This final's gonna be nasty.
It is.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're not wrong. Why do you keep
And that's how I'm
using
gonna
five?
fail.
I feel like that's been in every single one.
Well, I'm trying to keep it simple, stupid.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm not calling
No,
you
I just
stupid.
wanted to be careful.
It sounded like that.
That's
That's
all I
highlight
meant.
number
This is
3.
bullying on
No,
camera.
I didn't. No, I'm
We need to
just
seriously
saying.
go through all and make a
I'm
highlight
not
reel.
doing that. What?
We're gonna go
I
through
really
and make a
gotta
highlight
want
reel.
to have a highlight reel of
Of Kramer.
Good
Good luck, what?
Highlights.
Well, I'm gonna grab the bar.
I'm gonna get fired. Yes.
Oh, you are going to get fired if they see.
Not, oh, I can't make that
For
joke.
sure.
Because they're gonna look up.
Come on, Maddie.
I didn't say anything. You all are thinking things. that I don't
I'm just
say
thinking of
out
all
loud.
the things Kramer has said over the years.
Maddie's like, yeah, we're already been working to try to get him fired.
Is phosphoric acid
You wouldn't be the first.
H3PO4?
That was dumb.
Oh, wait, you said.
Oh, look at this. No.
It's okay. What do we start with?
Like climbing.
What you're
Well, you're good with it.
Phosphoric
Yeah, that
acid
one. I know how to read.
H3PO4.
Sorry, ma'am. I know you're upset.
Oh,
Hey, can I have my periodic table? What happened?
What do you think, Natalie?
yeah, it's good.
Well, it's not P2O5 and it's not water.
Okay.
Okay? What are we solving for, everybody?
Moles to boom boom.
Moles of phosphoric acid, which is not this or this, so it has to be this. Which means that's a different substance, so where are we up here? Where are we starting? Where are we going?
We're at given mass and we're going to
Mold.
the desired moles again.
Same thing. Okay, now we're not gonna always stay in the same spot here. Just warning ya. Okay, so it's a 2-step problem. And it's exactly like the last problem. So, you do it.
Now that I know what I'm doing.
Nice. I just did one time and said, you know, math's really easy once you know what you're doing. I said, yep,
Basically.
you are right.
Shush, Natalie.
Life's pretty easy if you know what you're doing.
Literally, not even go through one time in math. Trinity goes, wow, math is so much easier if you actually write your work down. Wow. Natalie, stop saying that. It's funny.
Yeah.
I just like, wow.
Got an answer? Raise your hand. It's amazing how I want everybody.
Such a simple.
So once I come check you, I want you to stand up so that I know I've checked everybody.
Yes.
I didn't know I was supposed to be doing it, so.
No, nice.
35C.
Yep, stand up.
Hey.
Don't let anybody else see your answer.
What's your answer, Marty?
Yeah, did you look at mine?
Yep, stand up. Write it down.
I'm writing it. Look.
It looks like.
Yeah, stand up, Gage.
What are we doing? Okay, so moles of phosphoric acid. Here.
Yep.
So you
Stand up.
find.
Yep, stand up. Just make sure you put units on it. I'm seeing too many people just putting random number with no clarification as
Why are you guys
to.
so fast? This isn't. I just started, so it's gonna be a
I was doing it while he was.
Working ahead? Whoa! Okay, you always pull a card, Marty. Don't pull a card.
Yep, stand up.
You always got trouble for working ahead in middle school. It's like
Wait, Natalie,
2
I'm
times
stupid.
4.
Why do you keep this number
You're like,
bottom?
why am I getting in trouble?
Okay, what am I doing right now? Add up the
You know,
molar mass.
Grandma, was it like this for you? Like, when I was in elementary school,
I'm gonna do
and the problems were like 4 plus 5.
Did the
We
wrong
were doing them as a class. I got in trouble for working ahead. But like, a lot of us got to working ahead and not staying with the group. And if it's 4 plus 5, and I know the answer, why?
I still remember one time when Mrs. Root caught me. All the next questions were online, so I did them all and covered them with my pencil. My pencil was sitting on my desk, and she came up and was like,
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like you
I was
have.
like,
I have to.
Nope, you're not switching substance here.
Oh, the first.
You haven't crossed the bridge.
Leave one mole on the top, yeah?
That make sense?
One mole.
So it's still
Forever.
P205. The only place you change substances is during the mole ratio.
Yes,
Does that make
yes.
sense?
Oh, yeah, on this side, for yes. For moles.
I should say moles.
Can I switch
Water-
to and one? No, I
Hey,
don't.
Ben.
Yes, you do. It helps.
Stop.
That's
Just
not
in
the
time.
answer.
Grab a bunch of little
Hang
ones.
on.
Oops, that's a lot.
And then I distribute them to all the children in the world. Good luck.
No.
Oh,
That's
no.
That one time we typed.
I
Like the 9%.
I don't know. I just like you were like very close. Yeah, you absolutely are. You just missed
Do I
it.
go off with you guys?
That was the
No.
hit.
I don't know what
What are you sawing for?
Why is it bad to
What you're sawing for is always at the end.
Why is it bad to be a pumpkin eater?
Why?
Mole.
Yeah.
Up.
Cheater, eater.
Or
Pumpkin cheese.
or stealer pumpkin forward.
Whoa! Liar, this pumpkin pie.
Fryer.
Dude,
That's
I was
moration.
so
Where do you
ready to
find your
die.
numbers in
I was so ready to
From
die.
the.
I hope you
No,
were.
will she bite me if I turn my flash on?
That's all.
Take a picture. You didn't know what I did, but I didn't die, so that's sad.
Are you allergic to bees?
Maybe, I don't know. Who knows?
You've never gotten
I'm very
Chicken lime creamer!
I'm very allergic.
I don't know.
Well, at least to wasps, because one time I was sitting like this and my dad's drunk and a wasp landed on my leg. So I was just sitting like this and suddenly I'm like, why does my arm like really hurt? All of a sudden, I haven't done it.
Alright, everybody else can
It's
sit
like-
down. There's still
Oh,
some people
so
I need to see.
I held the fire! Right there. There, yeah, it's right there.
I don't know because everyone's getting even if.
The answer of that.
P.
You just converted from here to here.
That's fine.
Okay, now you have your
Oh.
last moles. What do you use when doing mole conversion? It's what we did yesterday, 2 days ago. Times 2.
It's 144, that's my answer.
Yeah, you're right.
Am I? But what's the sixth thing?
It's to the third.
It is. I'm a genius.
Trinity.
Alright.
I'm so smart.
Okay, be quiet. We're gonna walk through this quickly. We're gonna do it quickly, so pay attention. Okay?
I know I do.
I'm ready.
We're starting here. We're going here. Mass to moles is always molar mass. Where do we find that number?
On the
Okay, so let's cancel out units.
Is that
What, guys, listen, this is a very important principle for you to get.
Okay.
What's on bottom is what you are getting rid of.
Yes.
What's on top is where you're going. So if I'm here, what am I getting rid of?
Mass.
And if I want to go there, what am I going to put there?
Moles.
So mass is going to go on bottom,
Yeah.
moles is going to go on top, and I very much need to put what the substance is.
That'd be helpful.
Don't look at me like that.
Okay? Now before I even put any numbers in, if I'm here, right?
Yeah.
If I want to go to here, I have to cancel out this, which is what's going to go on the bottom.
Moles of P2O5.
Okay? And then I'm going here, which is a new substance. And guys, whatever's here should always
See what you're wanting.
always be what you're desiring. Like how many moles of.
Amen. My answer would always be food.
But it does that shape out?
It's just an oval.
You're just an oval.
What the heck?
No. You guys are all squares.
Oh.
That's really mean.
What did he say?
Squares.
They're all
That means
squares.
you're like, oh shoot, what is mean?
Yeah.
It's bad. It's
Is it really?
derogatory. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You didn't derogatory.
Yeah, you're sharp. Alright.
No, that's not.
Oh.
Sharp is good.
Yeah, you got sharp edges. You're sharp.
It
Okay.
means like you're not
Sharp
curved
edges
at
are
times.
Oh, so that's
That's what
good.
square means.
You don't want to be curved.
I want to be curved.
I don't.
You want to be curved like Jesus. Alright!
Help?
I'm trying. Okay? Now. Hey,
Let's just keep going.
listen.
Linda.
I just want to learn.
Okay, molar mass. We have been doing this for a period of time. If you don't know how to do molar mass, it's time you get serious. You either one, pay attention to class, or two, come see me.
Both.
Okay, molar mass of P2O5 you find on the periodic table.
1.94.
Hey, isn't this the molar mass of the problem we just did?
Wow, you're right.
No, it's not.
Wow, you're wrong.
No, it's not. I'm wrong. Okay?
I'm wrong.
And we did this 2 days ago. Mole to mole. Where do you find the numbers for a mole to mole ratio?
In the chemical
On the recipe. The recipe calls for
2/1.
2 of that and 1 of that. When you plug it in your calculator, you should get 50 moles. Hey, let's do this one because we're starting with at a different location.
Oh.
Also, square doesn't mean sharp, it literally means dull. So I.
Yeah, that is funny.
There you are.
So you're basically calling us circles. I think vigorously.
Whatever. You say whatever you want. That's it.
Wanted the curves. Now you're something.
I'm pretty sure she said current, and you took it as current.
I heard curve.
Yeah, I said current.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, current?
Well, if that was
Oh, no,
the
I
case, why
said
didn't Tanner say anything?
Yeah, she said curve.
That's really funny.
I'm glad you think I'm funny.
You are so funny.
Okay. Hey, guess what they didn't give us this time, actually, Gage?
Oh,
Formula.
Gage can't see the formula.
Okay, so let's
problem.
This isn't too difficult. Hey, this isn't too difficult. So determine the mass of sodium chloride or table salt that is produced. Okay.
NaCl2.
Wow, it says that right
Where?
Actually, it's just
Not
NaCl.
NaCl2.
Oh, shoot.
there.
When you have chlorine gas vigorously reacts with sodium. So sodium
Na.
plus chlorine, is that it?
CO2.
That's where I was thinking. Thank you, Marty.
Which means I need to balance it, huh?
Sancho. CO2. Said you put a little 2 in front of the and. Okay, good.
There's actually a song called CO2.
It's tuna.
It's by Jesus. Lonzo Ball.
Are you just like saying words right now?
Okay.
Say, I'm like, I don't know.
Okay. Where do we begin?
With the moles.
Because that's what you've been.
Given. So.
Moles of what?
Moles of gas.
Okay. So where are we starting up here?
With the moles on the
Up.
left side. Given.
We are starting here. Different location now, huh?
You
Do we have to have the 2 by it?
2 by what?
Not in the formula, but like in what we're doing. 1.25.
Here?
Yeah.
Why not?
It's just a question.
Yeah, you have to. Okay?
Okay.
Yep. Where are we going?
To moles to the mass.
Mass.
You're
Which
going
mass?
to the one on the desired, honey.
I'm calling your teacher honey, this is weird.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
So it's really gonna be 1.5 times.
So, still how many steps, guys?
There is no filter. I'm sorry.
Okay. Now I said that the reason why this can be challenging is you have to identify where you are starting and where you're going. Now notice, if I start here, my first step is no longer molar mass, is it?
Nope, it's a mole train, so we gotta go the coefficients.
However, you gotta cancel out where you started, which is moles of your given, moles of my given.
1/2.
Oh wait, no.
Okay, so I cancel out this to get to this, so on top I should put what?
Moles and what's the desired? So
What is the desired moles?
2 and a seal.
Okay, so then this first conversion will get me from here to here, which means I need to cancel out this mole,
NaCl, 2 NaCl.
which is why it goes on bottom here. A lot of people who are doing stuff and not paying attention. What? Okay, and then I'm, in the end, converting to mass.
2.5.
So I have just followed the breadcrumbs all the way to the end here. Now I got to start putting in numbers.
So we start with the recipe?
In this problem, yep.
Cool.
If you guys can get it in your brains that when you're doing mole to mole, doesn't matter if it's the first step, the second step, the third step, whatever step it is, you look for the numbers in the balanced chemical equation. So it doesn't matter if mole ratio is this step or this step, whatever step it is, once you figure it out, you should just look at your mole numbers.
Where'd you get the mole mass from?
Okay? So NaCl, what do I put here?
So 2, and then 1 on the
What do
bottom.
I put here?
1.
Where'd you get those numbers from?
From the coefficients in the
From the balanced chemical equation, the recipe. Our next step is our molar mass. Where do we get molar mass from?
From the answer to the
58.44.
Where do we get it from?
Periodic
Periodic table.
for NaCl.
What do you mean? Where do we find the molar mass of? Where do we find the mass of? Sodium's molar mass plus chlorine's molar mass is 58 point.
Unless I did.
I got 4.
This homework is harder than.
I probably just.
Yeah, this homework's not easy.
You gave us a nice one.
Good. Pay attention. Since everything's on top here, you just multiply it all out.
Nice. And you get 146.1.
No, do 146.
But then you have to, yep, go, yep. You're right.
Okay, so I think we hit a little bit of a roadblock today. It's a combination of not paying attention for a few days in a row. It's time we focus a little bit better.
Wait, why is the second, why is it 1 mole of NaCl?
Because molar mass is always per 1 mole.
Because you're not looking at coefficients. You're just.
The only time you ever put a number that's not 1 in for moles is if the recipe calls for it when you're doing mole ratio. The mole in Avogadro's number and the mole in molar mass will always be 1.
How did you get 146? By multiplying all that together.
This times this should get 2.5. 2.5 times this should get 10.
That's not.
Does that matter?
I don't understand. Like I just did that earlier before, and like I had a different number right there and a different number right there. Well, I raised it.
I know, I can't decide.
Just like weird harmony, and then I'm gonna like go down there.
So I go to melody a little bit, and then I don't know. Well, okay, so actually in that song I then go back to
I just combined two steps.
Yeah, it's weird because that's what we do. I make no questions on
How did you think I love you?
Normally I'd
No.
better than
I
that.
can't do that.
No.
No, we're literally like, oh,
That song's
it's like solo.
Yeah, that's not gonna want. Welcome to my house, but.
Let's
Right,
go.
no, that is
What? Oh, yeah.
whatever I get them on.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to
Have a good weekend, Marty.
Thank you, you too.
What are we gonna craft?